One of the biggest dangers, listen to me, one of the biggest dangers that can stunt your entrepreneurial spirit in life is when you grow up and you start hitting plateaus, misfortunes, failures, breakups, anything that breaks your heart. At some point, we go from becoming these emotional creatures where we're childlike and we play and everything is possible and we dream and all fantasize and we become too logical. When that happens, the fire, imagine the fire is lit where you can light up the world with your ideas. It gets turned off. And then everything's wiped out when it comes down to creation mode. See, the reason why today in this video I wanted to talk about this because, look, if you think about the greatest entrepreneurs and you study them, you will see they may be 45 years old and age-wise we could call them an older person or whatever you want to call them, but their spirit is childlike, not childish, not silly, not immature, childlike. And today I'm going to talk about why 11 reasons why the best entrepreneurs are childlike. And I'm doing this episode today from a very significant room, very special room. We rented out the entire Ohika Castle. And if you've never been to the Ohika Castle, every year I take a group of executives. This year was 60 of them. And we go to different places. We've gone to Italy, we've gone to Dubai, we've gone to different places around the world where we do this with. And we'll rent out nice places. This year we decided to rent out Ohika Castle, Tikran Founder's place. It's based in Long Island, right outside of New York. It's 109,000 square feet. It was built between 1914 to 1919. Took 5 years to build this place up. It's got 126 bedrooms. It is now a hotel, and you can buy it right now if you want to make an offer for $150 million. I was with the owner last night. Just a beautiful property. And one of the rooms, the one we're in right now, this is called the chaplain room, because many people have partied here. Rockefellers, the Clintons, Trumps, presidents, celebrities, Hollywood, Jordan, athletes, Chaplin. You know, the Great Gatsby movie was inspired. The author of, Fitzgerald, when he wrote Great Gatsby, he looked at a building. It was this building, the Ohika Castle, and he wrote the book based on this property that he saw. This room was Chaplin's room. You see Chaplin all over the place. If you read the book Art of Seduction by Robert Greene, there's a whole section of how Chaplin, by being this childlike figure, seduced so many women and audiences where people would watch him and they were fascinated by his spirit. It was so attractive. People loved him. And then eventually, this guy's career takes off because he's childlike, he's creative, all this other stuff, by doing all these silent movies. What do they call them? The movies that had no noise? Is it silent films they would do? And then all of a sudden, movies go from silent films to now there's sound in it. And then he didn't want to adjust because he liked doing the silent movies more. He didn't want to adjust. So this guy went from being so creative to all of a sudden being so logical, and his career didn't end well for this guy. How does that even happen? See, it doesn't matter how old you are right now. You may say, I am the most creative person I'll ever be. Anyone can turn off the fire at any point if you don't pay attention to this part. So let's get right into it. 11 qualities. 11 reasons why the best entrepreneurs are childlike. Number one, they're constantly speaking the dream language. See, my boys, I have two boys, and they're always talking the dream language. The other day, it's always some kind of a dream we're talking about here. It doesn't matter what it is. Dad, look at the stars. Dad, hey, look over there. Hey, Pop, did you see Santa Claus? It's Santa Claus. Hey, did you see? It's always this fantasy world they're living in. It's this dream world they're living in. And us adults, we become too good to believe in Santa Claus. We become too good to believe in dreams. We become too good to believe in fairy tales. We become too good to believe in all these things that are possible, and they don't. And by the way, neither do great entrepreneurs. Great entrepreneurs still fantasize. Great entrepreneurs still dream. Great entrepreneurs still think things are possible. Do you know great entrepreneurs, most people, if you hang out with great entrepreneurs that are constantly creating things, if you hang around them for too long, you know what you would say? This guy's a little bit off. This guy's completely off. Did you see what he was saying? He's crazy. Was he smoking something? Was he drunk? Because what he was talking about earlier was absolutely insane. I think he's got psychological problems. The world would call some of the best entrepreneurs in the world that view the world in a completely different way psychologically off, because the rest of the world at some point lost the flame because they became too logical and they're still in the imaginative mode, and they can't fully understand why they think the way they do, because they're childlike. Just like kids are always thinking about, Dad, what if we could do this? Imagine if we can do this. Great entrepreneurs do that as well. Number two, they come to you with different approaches until you say yes. They come to you with different approaches until you say yes. For instance, hey, Dad, can I have some chocolate No, Daddy, you can't have some chocolate right now. They go and they come up, but Daddy, I need some chocolate. Who says you need? You want? No, I need some chocolate, Daddy. Why do you need some chocolate? Because I need it. Why do you need it? Because I need it, Daddy. And okay, that doesn't work. So then they come back and they strategize with the two brothers. Then they come back, Daddy, I love you so much, Daddy. I love you so much. Can I give you a kiss on the cheek? And you forgot about it. You completely forgot about it. They haven't forgotten about what they want. They have one outcome. They want that chocolate. And they come and they kiss you and they hug you and they tell you how much they love you. And then they say, Daddy, can I have some chocolate? And you say, I'll get you some chocolate. Come on, kid, let's go get some chocolate. It's the same exact thing. It's like going back and negotiating with somebody and you constantly go back with a different way of negotiating until they say yes. See, entrepreneurs are childlike, just like kids come up to us renegotiating and we don't even know about it. And they just simply change their approach and they change their approach and they change their approach until you and I, like suckers, we say what? Yes, I'll do business with you, son. Let's get you to chocolate. Number three is they persuade emotionally instead of logically. See, let me explain what I mean by that, where they persuade emotionally, not logically. Adults think, children feel. Let me say it again. Adults think, children feel. They feel things, right? Like, have you noticed when kids go in a room and they look at an adult and they're kind of checking them out and they're feeling how they are and they're kind of like not getting too close and all this other stuff, and they're kind of, because they're feeling, they're not just thinking, they're feeling. So everything is emotion. We age and everything becomes logical. No, this is to this is to that, this is to that. And we become these logical robots. You may as well, people are worried about robots taking over the world. Let's face it, people are becoming robots. Forget about robots. People are robots nowadays. You don't need to worry about robots. Most people have become robots because they're living so logically instead of tying their emotion to something they want to do and going after it, not saying I cannot pull this off. Number 4, too innocent to understand what's impossible. Too innocent to understand it's not impossible. Say, hey, we can do this. Why not, Daddy? We're going to go on the moon one day. We're going to go do this one day. Daddy, you know what I want to do? What do you want to do? I want to be a police officer. Why? So I can arrest the bad T-Rex. I'm sorry, you want to do what? I want to be a police officer, Daddy. My son will say crazy things. I'm like, what the heck did this kid just say? I want to be a police officer because I want to arrest the T-Rex, because the T-Rex, sometimes they fight and they get the smaller dinosaur, and I want to arrest the bad T-Rex. So where did this idea come from? It's that movie with the dinosaurs in it. What's that cartoon with the dinosaurs in it? You know what I'm talking about. What is it called?
Land Before Time?
No, the new one. There's a new cartoon with dinosaurs in it. It's, the green dinosaur. Anyway, so there's, what is it called? The Good Dinosaur. That's what it's called, the Good Dinosaur, right? And in this Good Dinosaur, there's bad T-Rexes. So what the heck is this kid talking about? When he's sitting there telling me about that, we're going to have these cops are going to arrest these T-Rexes, and then we're going to fly on the moon, and we're going to live on the moon, and Thomas and friends are going to get on the train, and we're going to go. Where are you going with this? Like, what are you guys talking about with this? See, that to you and I may sound crazy. But you know what's crazy? Here's what's crazy. Do you know what is the biggest selling movie of all time? Do you know what is the biggest selling movie of all time? Star Wars. Do you know why? Because it taps into a certain level of imagination with you and I that we logically can't go to, that we need somebody to take us there, because we sit there and we say, hey, oh my gosh, what if I could be this guy and this hero? All these guys show up and Chewbacca's and all the, what if we could, this would be crazy. You know why? We watch that movie and it makes billions, trillions, as much money as it makes. You know why? Because we want to go there. We want to go there. And at some point when we were 6 years old, we were there, but we left there. We kind of need to go back there and get that fire lit up again. Number five is this. They're extremely curious. They're fully curious. Hey, Daddy, what is this, Daddy? Like, this kid will sit there. You know that thing by the door? Like, what do you call that thing? What do you call it? Is that what you call it? Doorstop? Is it really a doorstop? This kid will sit there and he'll just play with that thing the entire time. Sometimes I'm thinking he's playing with something else. Maybe he used to, because it's like a boy, he's like, anyways, let me get back. So he plays with this thing the entire time. He's so proud of it, right? He plays with this thing. I'm like, Pop, what are you doing? Then he took it out. So I'm like, why is this kid taking it out? The entire time I don't know he could take it out. I'm just watching him. Like, he just goes like this, he takes it out. Then he goes, brings another one, takes it out. Then he puts a toy inside of it. So now when we close the door, the whole thing that makes it softer when the door closes, it's even softer than it was before, and you don't even hear it now. So it doesn't go, tack, it's softer. He just goes, You didn't hear anything. So how did that happen? This kid is sitting there messing around with it until he figured out what he wants to do, because simply he's curious. What is this, Daddy? Daddy, what is this, Daddy? What do you do with this thing here, Daddy? Non-stop. These kids are so curious, and we lose that level of curiosity as we age. Number 6, a reset mentality. You know what's a reset mentality? You know, Dylan, man, this kid Dylan is so charming, but here's how Dylan is. Dylan the other day climbs the couch, he falls off the couch, he cries for 13 seconds, then all of a sudden he goes and he plays Lego and he completely forgot about the fall. It's like reset. Reset, this never happened. Forgot about it. Just quickly, completely forgot about it. You know what we do as adults? You don't understand what happened, man. What happened? She broke my heart. Oh, really, yesterday? No, it was like 2 years ago, bro, but I'm still dealing with it. Are you kidding me, bro? 2 years ago, you used to get reset, break up, she don't exist, move on. You know what I'm saying? Like reset and move on, and we don't do it. Our reset is 2 years. Their reset is a half a second. They just move on. There's short memory. There's a benefit for it. Some of the greatest basketball players, quarterbacks, the best performers as athletes, they have a short memory. It's a very solid strength of shooters. They used to say Kobe's got the shortest memory in the NBA. One time this cat missed 21 shots in a row. And you know how he shot the 22nd one? As if he's been making 10 in a row. And then he made it. He says, you got to have a short memory. And he's right. Number 7, charm their way into getting anything they want. They charm their way into getting anything they want. They charm. You know how they charm you? They'll come to you, they'll look at you with their eyes, and they'll do their whole thing with their eyes, one of these things, and they'll smile at you. Then they'll say stuff to you, and like even, you know, they know how to do it from early on. My daughter right now, she seduces me. She's 6 months old. She looks at me, she goes like this, and then she kind of looks away like she's not interested. At 6 months old, they know how to seduce. At 6 months old. At 2.5 years old, 3 years old, my son seduces me all the time. He doesn't even know it. The way he does, he looks at me, he's about to get a pow, and he goes like this, and he goes like this, and he kind of looks at me like that, I'm so sorry, and you're like, how can you even discipline this kid right here, right? They charm, they seduce their way into getting whatever they want. Number 8, their mind never stops. So let me explain what happens when their mind never stops. You know, as we're kids and we're growing up, we're being fed so many different experiences so quickly, so many different new experiences so many quickly that our mind's going ta 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 ta. So when the mind is going, so let me explain it this way. Imagine when you were working out 5 days a week, okay, versus working out once a week. Which one allows you to build muscles more often? 5 days a week, not once a week. Our mind stops working 5 days a week. It now just works once a week. Because to us becomes what? I'm going to work and here's what I do and I clock in and this is all I do today and this is all I do tomorrow. And our mind is no longer getting new experiences. It's the same experience it's had for 20 years, 25 years, 30 years, 35 years. Nothing new is being fed it. So it's not working out 5 days a week. Kids, their brain, muscles, and imagination work 7 days a week, 24/7 it works. Ours doesn't anymore. You got to get this thing working again like it did before. Number 9, they learn faster because they make mistakes faster. We don't make mistakes fast enough. Matter of fact, I'm here to tell you we don't make enough mistakes, okay? There's a saying that I have when I work with my peers and anybody I mentor, any of the executives, any of the staff, any of the salespeople. I don't mind you making new mistakes. I do mind old mistakes, but I don't mind new mistakes. Matter of fact, make new mistakes faster. The biggest difference between the bigger guys and the smaller guys is they make mistakes much faster than the rest do. Number 10. Here's number 10. 10 is a very simple and a unique one. To most people, as we become adults, life becomes a job. It becomes a chore. Being married is a chore. Having kids is a chore. Running a company is a chore. Becoming an executive is a chore. To kids, life is purely a game. They're playing a game 24/7. So what does that mean? Do you know what happens if life is a game? Let me tell you what happens if life is a game. If you treated life as a game, you'd be having a lot more fun with life. They're having fun. They're having fun. You say, but Pat, come on, man. I have a job. I have to pay the bills, all this other stuff. So what? You have to do that. Find a way to have fun with it. You figure out a way to have fun with it. You figure out a way to have fun with it. You can do that. We figure out ways to have fun at our office all the time. We have to figure out ways to have fun at our company all the time. Believe me, this entire time we're having fun, right? One of the things we were talking about, one of our guys, we come to the Ohika caster, says, oh my gosh, rumor has it this place has ghosts. These guys are, Mario put a note underneath his, what was it you put underneath his?
You're not alone.
He says, you're not alone. Was it a newspaper? Was it a He puts a newspaper clipping under the door and he says, you're not alone. And this guy is a guy that's completely freaked out about what do you call it, ghost. And Mario, Mr. Prankster, is famous for pranking people. He puts this thing underneath and says, you're not alone. And we talk about ghosts all morning today because he's concerned about ghosts. Two guys are very concerned about ghosts. What happened there? We're here for a gathering. And this is a very serious gathering. But you always got to find some time to have fun because it's a game. And by the way, those who learn to play this game the best and have fun at it always win. They just always win. No matter how much people made fun of Michael on how bad he wanted to win, Michael was the guy when Kevin Garnett was a rookie, basketball player coming in. Mike goes switches Kevin Garnett's shorts from a double extra large to an extra small shirt. And so Kevin Garnett, who's 6'11", is putting these shorts. Can you imagine how tight these shorts are? These are baseball players that put, they fire up the cleats of their teammates and they tie their shoelaces underneath together so when they stand up and they fall. If you learn how to play this game and have fun at it, you'll be very, very good at it and you'll actually enjoy it and you'll be able to do it a lot longer than burning out too soon. And last but not least, childlike mindset. Entrepreneurs who have a childlike mindset, they are always in creation mode. Particularly your shoulders giving up. They're always in creation mode. They are always in creation mode. They're constantly creating. Legos. When we were kids in Iran, Legos were like the rich man's toys. The rich kid's toys. If you played with Legos in Iran, you were rich. That's how we viewed you. Who has, Legos? No one's got Legos, right? Lego, you must be very wealthy. You must have millionaire families. My son, Tico, will take these Legos and say, Dad, I made a ship. Dad, I made a plane. Dad, I made this. Dad, look what I made. I made a boat. Dad, look at this over here. Dad, look what I made over here. It's constant creation mode. The other day at our house, one of the biggest blinds falls, okay? Biggest blinds falls. These guys, Tico and Dylan, I keep hearing like something's going on over there. And they're walking with this 8-foot blind, a 3-year-old and a 4-year-old, they're carrying the blind. I'm like, where are these guys going with this thing? So I'm just trying to let them go and do their thing. I'm gonna go follow these, seeing what they're doing. So they're walking, they take this big blind in the toy room from the top angle, it's 8 feet. And you know what they're doing? From the top, they're putting these cards that are going down and goes, it's flying up in the basket. And they're trying to see if they can make it in the basket that's 3 feet off the top. And then you know what I do when I go? And I'm like, this is actually a pretty fun game. I started playing the game with them because they're constantly in creation mode. And the more you stay in creation mode, the more you can keep yourself there, if you can. That's what the great entrepreneurs do. They stay in creation mode. Creation mode keeps creating more things. If you don't create, you lose the muscle of creating. So there are a lot of other things I can talk about why the best entrepreneurs in the world tend to be extremely childlike, but I got 11 of them here for you to go through. So here's what I want to do with you. If you got any other ones that you would add to the list, comment on the bottom. If you got any questions or thoughts, also comment on the bottom. Mario, give us our pillow here that made it. Oh, that's a nice throw. What a distance throw, right? You are like 2 feet away from me. Okay? Hey, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to this channel on the bottom here. Our goal is to get to 1 million subs by the end of 2017, to get to 1 million subs with Valuetainment by the end of 2017, because we believe pound for pound, there are a lot of motivational YouTube channels out there. There are a lot of channels that we keep regurgitating the same exact thing with another different place and another different vlog and another different platform. Here you come to Valuetainment for one reason. We're going to show you how to do things on this channel. How to become more creative, how to hire, how to fire, how to put business plans together, how to become a better culture in your office. Everything's on how for you to make your business better for free. So you need to subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, because we need you. We need you to help us get to 1 million subs. We need you to help us get to 1 million subs. We just recently crossed over 150,000 subs. We got 850 more to go by the end of 2017 to get to 1 million subs. And by the way, some of you guys that say that's crazy, we're childlike. We believe it's possible. We think we can get to 1 million subs. Do you? If you do, help us get there. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.